How's everyone doing this evening? It is so good to be before you. As Quincy said, my name is Riss Walker, and I'm honored to be here. I'm definitely going to do a little spoken word for you. I'm a spoken word artist in addition to a singles blogger. So you can find me on social media, Riss Walker, and then my website is risswalker.com. But before I get started, I definitely want to kind of piggyback on that, the theme tonight being, speaking life. And as Quincy already stated before, oftentimes we do have our ups and our downs and our highs and our lows. But even in those times where we're going through something difficult or where we're in a place where things just didn't turn out the way that we planned, it's always important to speak life. And in Proverbs 18:21, it talks about how death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So it's very key for us to make sure that even in those low moments, we watch the words that are coming out of our mouth. Even when we're feeling low, you can't say what you see. In the natural, you have to say what you're believing God to do in your life. So I definitely want to encourage those of you who right now are at a low moment or are brokenhearted or have dealt with something. Make sure that you're speaking life over your life. Don't speak death over your life. Speak life over your life. Speak what you're believing God to do and watch that thing turn around. Amen. So what the spoken word piece that I'm gonna do for you is one that's very near and dear to my heart. It's actually a very raw and real, transparent piece. It is my story, my life, and what I've dealt with coming through one of my lows. This one is on YouTube. If you're interested in checking it out with the visuals and the music, it's there, again, Riss Walker. But this one is called Love Addiction, and it was at a time in my life a few years back where I found myself seeking love in other places, just love, emotional, as women, it was emotional. And I was seeking it in different places, and then finally I realized the ultimate source of our love, the ultimate source of our joy is God, and that just changed my life around. And so I'm going to share that with you now. This is called Love Addiction. I knew I had a problem, but never would I have labeled myself as an addict. I guess it all started the day I was evicted from some man's heart. The keys were wrongfully snatched from me, leaving me homeless and lonely. I found myself walking the vicious streets of men's hearts, looking for my next high. I won't lie, of course, I was an addict. Withdrawals left me with a bad case of heartache. Stability was nothing I could fake. I was tossed to and fro like a wave, looking for a different peddler every day. For love. See, I had a bad love addiction, fighting to get that high no matter the price, all forms of payment accepted, texts, lies, a less than sincere twinkle in his eyes. It didn't matter, because I was an addict. And it seemed that no one could understand my addiction, but my story is nonfiction. Listen carefully to my diction every night. I held my glass in the air, waiting for someone to fill it with a love that wasn't really there. My emotional fantasies were like dirty martinis that filled my cup. I wouldn't stop even if I had enough, because with love, I only wanted to be sloppy drunk. Love and I, we were like a man at a computer screen. Bridal TV and magazines were the Vaseline, and novels were the porn shows that helped me stimulate my soul in any way that I pleased. No one knew I liked playboys, meaning I liked to play boys just as much as they were playing me. You see, I knew I was an addict, but I decided I didn't want to be like the druggies on the street or those binging on drinks or the man at the computer screen. And for those who are lost, I'm speaking metaphorically, please. Catch these words as they fly from my lips. I was thirsty for attention. There was nothing to quench this wildfire that was spreading, and I needed help quick. I just knew that I wanted, no. I needed to be loved. And it seemed that it was getting too hard to control. I was looking for something to fill this huge hole in my heart. It seemed that nothing I tried would help me feel complete. So I decided to get help. I sought for support. And rehab was me in a quiet room on my knees on the floor. The Bible was my rehab social worker. And whenever withdrawals hit and I had heartache, it was the Bible that said, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." And whenever I felt unstable and easily swayed, it was the word that said, "Don't let your heart be troubled or afraid." So there I was, with this tear-stained face. I wanted my control, but I surrendered it for God's grace. I was tired of hiding, tired of putting up a facade, and it was there that I heard him say, "Be still and know that I'm God." And it was in rehabilitation that I found peace. And I was able to release this counterfeit ideology of what real love was supposed to be. See, it was after I left those streets that I realized that God is the ultimate pusher of my addiction. He is indeed the big man. And if love were a drug, then the stuff that he's pushing should be in high demand. You see, the difference with his love is it was made for me and I was made for it. I can overdose at any time. At any time I can take a hit. I don't have to quit. See, with God's love, true love, I'm calm and content. So now you can say I've been converted and I'm just a real love addict. Thank you.